Hi guys, welcome back, and today I want to talk about sensitive kids. I was one of the sensitive kids. If you are never really a sensitive child, then this video is for you. Just because the child is extremely sensitive or overly sensitive, it doesn't mean that you should shield that child away from feeling any of the large emotions. It's important that they actually feel these emotions. It's akin to a little bit like too much snack is bad for you. So learn to have the snacks in moderation rather than depriving of your kid of snacks entirely, because the latter may be an easier short-term solution. But when they grow up, they won't really have the ability to handle in a way that they're not supposed to binge eat food. It's exactly the same thing with emotions. If you shield the children from actually understanding and coping with these emotions at an early age, they're going to fall into much bigger problems later on down the line. Sensitive child will feel emotions at a much greater degree than most other child. That's why it's very easy for these children to get overstimulated. Hence, it might be a good idea to have a designated kind of a quiet place. Kid could go to that place to listen to calm music using a headphone. Using a coloring book to calm themselves down, or reading a book. The quiet corner could really help them modulate and control their overstimulated emotions. One of the common mistakes that parents fall into is that they try to give exceptions. You have to set limits, because without the discipline, they are losing the opportunity to really learn what is right from wrong. But the key here is that you have to discipline and not punish. Try to praise on the effort that they put in rather than the result of it. Or you could say things like, oh, I like the way you kept on trying even though it wasn't easy for you. You have to give them the idea that putting in the effort is worthy in itself. But at the same time, you don't want to overpraise your child. In fact, the children who are praised all the time end up actually having lower self-esteem, especially if you're praising for the sake of praising. For example, you didn't say to a 6-year-old kid, "Oh my God, good job, you stood up by yourself." By doing that, you're kind of giving them the impression, "I'm actually surprised that you even managed to do this." The sensitive child have a very big fear of getting into trouble. When the kid is showing honesty, especially if that honesty paints them in an unfavorable picture, that is something that you should really praise them for, because otherwise, they will tend to lie. And as a sensitive kid, and I was like this too, they tend to respond better to encouragement rather than punishment. Oh, you can't have any dessert if you don't finish the dinner. Instead of saying that, try saying things like, oh, if you finish dinner, you can earn the dessert. The end result is the same, but the tone and the approach and the perspective is different. You also want to teach them to associate certain words with their feelings. It will make it easier for them to process those emotions, and also it will make it easier for them to convey how they are feeling to you as a parent. Take pride in the fact that you are creating a person who can be very kind, very compassionate, and very empathic towards other people. So those parents who have sensitive child, I know it's tough, but hang in there. You're doing a great job, and I hope this video helped you get a better sense of understanding highly sensitive child. So if you found this video useful or helpful in any way, please hit that like button, and I'll see you at the next video.